I really disagree with the idea that incorporating feminine style into your voice is bad because it's going to inherently give you gay voice. In fact, I believe that incorporating feminine style into your voice is a pretty important part of voice training, especially if you're most concerned with passing. Let me break down why. I'll start by defining style features. You can check out my video dedicated to vocal gender for more information, but I'll overview here. We have two types of vocal features, body-implying features and personality-implying features. Body-implying features indicate some amount of testosterone puberty vocally. This includes features such as pitch, weight, and size. This is also called vocal sex. Personality-implying features relate to whether we talk more femininely or masculinely. This is sort of that vocal style we've been talking about, and this includes features like sharpness, articulation, or pitch contour. It's also called vocal gender. I've noticed that a lot of people talk about voice training as if body-implying features are all that there is to discuss, and whenever I talk with a new student before our first lesson and ask them, what do you know about voice training so far? Typically, they will bring up body-implying features. I think that this lack of understanding about vocal gender leads to a lot of assumptions that are pretty unfair. One of which being the subject of today's video, that doing a feminine vocal style will just automatically give you a gay voice. In isolation, it's not totally false. Gay voice is pretty feminine, but what makes gay voice unique is that it is characterized by both feminine vocal gender and masculine vocal sex. When talking gay through the filter of a de-androgenized voice, it just kind of sounds like a woman. Here I'm going to demonstrate quote-unquote gay voice and then that same vocal style, but small, light, and de-androgenized.
Oh my god, hey, how are you?
Oh my god, hey, how are you? I'll fully admit that my presentation of male vocal sex is a little bit out of practice, but you get the idea. Femming up your vocal style will not give you gay voice if it is ran through a de-androgenized filter. It will just sound like a more feminine woman. But do I have to fem it up, you might be wondering? Can't I just change my physiology without changing my accent? Well, maybe. A lot of trans women already have a pretty substantial feminine accent to begin with, but some amount of feminine style is pretty important in discerning between an adult cis woman and a prepubescent boy. What? Okay, let me explain. Let's compare different combinations of vocal sex and vocal gender. Let's say our vocal sex and vocal gender are both masculine.
Like this. In most instances, this would pretty obviously get read as male. Now, let's say that our vocal sex is still masculine, but our vocal gender is feminine. Like this. This is our previously mentioned gay voice, and it too would still mostly get gendered as male because the male vocal sex overrides the male vocal gender. Okay, but now let's say that our vocal sex is feminine and our vocal gender is masculine.
Like this. Well, if vocal sex overrides vocal gender, this would get gendered as female, right? Not in this case. Because young prepubescent boys have feminine vocal sexes. They haven't undergone a testosterone puberty yet, so their vocal tract is far more similar to an adult cis woman than an adult cis man. This means that the only differentiator between them and the average cis girl is how masculine they speak. So yeah, this too would get gendered as male, just far younger. Switching back to a feminine vocal sex and a feminine vocal gender, pre-T trans masks commonly run into this same scenario where they will get gendered male but younger than they actually are. So, in order to really fit into that box regarding a female voice, some amount of feminization on both the de-androgenization vocal sex side and the stylistic vocal gender side is in order like this. Lastly, I want to talk about timidness in trying new voices. If you're early on in your voice journey, stepping outside of your vocal comfort zone can be a scary proposition, which can make it unnerving when I bring up something as drastic as changing your style of speech. I get it, truly. But I'd like to remind you that this process is all about making new sounds. I hope you understand on some level that the voice that will give you the most euphoria might just be a voice that is completely novel to you. So be explorative. Play with your voice, try out different personas, and listen to see what feels the most right. I'm not saying that trying on a voice that feels a little bit more feminine than your comfort zone is immediately going to bring you where you want to be, but try to properly contextualize it alongside your body implying features rather than just dismissing it altogether. Thank you all so much for watching. You can visit my website, altamiravoicetraining.com, to sign up for one-on-one or group voice lessons. I'm Altamira, signing out.